Hello, everyone. My name is Vernisa.
Hey, y'all. This is Jen.
And this is our podcast.
Speak up.
What's up, Jen?
Hey, girl.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. Glad that we on the Good News Radio, live and unfiltered.
That's right. You know how we get when we live and unfiltered.
Yes. Today we have a very, very, very special episode. We have our first guest. Oh, y'all give a warm welcome to Tamara Finley.
Hi, guys. It's so very nice to join you all. Thank you for having me.
As for those you don't know, she's the CEO of House and Mirror Clothing.
Yes, we are an online clothing store dedicated to making all women feel incredibly gorgeous, beyond fearless, and extremely confident.
Oh, I'm excited to dip into
My
this
type
episode.
of party.
Yes.
Yeah.
Real quick, though, real rundown. For those of you that don't know, me and Jen are best friends, and we create this podcast to use our voices to motivate people to overcome life challenges through self-love and respect.
That's right. Self-love and respect are two core values that we will always hold near and dear to our hearts.
Yes. So, Jen, what is our title today?
Today, I think y'all are going to like this. Today, our episode is called She's the Boss.
Yes.
Oh, shout out to our womanpreneurs out there.
That's right. In honor of Women's History Month, y'all know we had to do this, right?
Yes, we have a nice special episode for y'all. So y'all sit back and relax and enjoy the episode. And I want to say this too. Feel free to hop in the chat. Engage with us. Y'all could call in at 323-900-0478. We would love to hear from y'all. So first of all, why did we decide to do this episode, Jen?
Well, yeah, kind of like I mentioned, you know, in honor of Women's History Month, we thought it was important because I feel like people have such a different concept of what a woman is, you know, and it's even changed throughout the years, right? Like what that means. Some people don't associate with the term, you know, but we particularly do, us ladies here in this room. So we just wanted to talk about what it means to be a woman boss, right? I mean, even that term, there's so many different definitions for it. So we just wanted to get into, you know, the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything in between of what it means to be a woman boss.
I love it.
Yeah, and I want to add it's beautiful to see women coming up today. Like, we have started our own businesses.
It's so
we
many.
repping each other. So, what's up, Tamara? Tell us a little bit about you.
So I'm born and raised Los Angeles, California, 26 years old. I've been grinding since I was 16 years old. I'm all about women empowerment. I'm all about loving, you know, the person that you are, loving the skin that you're in. I'm all about giving back and just, like, I guess being a boss myself.
Yeah.
Love it.
She doing it well. Me and Jim both got our merch on today that we pop. I can't wait to see the merch that she brought us.
I know, for real. I'm so excited. But just excited to have you here in general and your presence.
Thank you so much. I'm super excited. Yeah, this is all new for me, you guys. I promise you. So I'm not even nervous, but it's just new for me. It's just new.
Well, I love it. So I want to know, tell us a little bit about what keeps you motivated.
Honestly, I would have to say my family keeps me motivated, and like my mom, like seeing her go through certain like struggles and stuff, and like being like in the hood, like me wanting to get her out the hood is like my true motivation. Like I want to see her like prosper. I feel like she deserves the world. So like if nobody's gonna give it to her, I'm gonna give it to her. Like that's how I feel.
Oh, that's beautiful. I love that. I mean, you know, Go Mamas, like, I think they're the original boss women, right?
I'm telling you, they motivate us. She motivates me for sure. So.
Yes. Oh, that's beautiful. I love that.
Yeah, I think with us having goals, with us being ambitious women, it's important that we have a strong why. You know, like we always got to have something that's keeping us guided and keeping us motivated, because if we don't, it's so easy to lose sight of that.
You are so right.
Also, we wanted to ask you, Tamara, what is a quote that you live by? Not to put you on the spot, but, you know.
Expect the unexpected. I have it tatted on me.
I love that. Can you elaborate a little bit?
Yeah, I feel like in life you have to always expect the unexpected. Like going into certain situations, like you may feel like, you know, just say for a job example, you know, like you feel like you may not get the job, but you have to go in there with your head high, like, you know, expecting the unexpected. Like you can be walking up in a room full of men, you're the only woman up in there, and you feel like, oh, I'm not going to get the job because this job is for men. Like, no, like you are a boss, you are here, you're here for a reason. Expect the unexpected. It's a reason why they said, oh yeah, you know, I want you to come in, like I want to have an interview with you, like you're the one, like, you know. So yeah, just expect the unexpected, you know, and always just trust the process.
I love that. Honestly, I like how you took a positive spin on it, right? Because sometimes thinking of, like how you said, walking into a room full of men, you might feel like, ooh, you know, a little intimidated, but you're like, nah, you never know, and there's a reason they called you. So
I'm telling you,
I love that. I might live by that quote from now on, too.
It's a good one.
Shoot, I need that. Yeah, and it's important too, because you know I have the quote "Still I." I'm sorry, Still I Rise. Got the quote "Faith" tatted on me. She got the quote "Still I Rise" tatted, and I think all those quotes go hand in hand. Like we gotta have that, especially us being strong women. We gotta believe in something. We gotta, you know, we gotta stay strong in our path too. With that part, so I love that expected, unexpected, because I feel like things could shift at any moment.
Yeah,
sure. So I know this episode, you know, we're talking about like women empowerment, and I know a little bit later you're going to bring up your campaign as well. Super excited to hear about it too. But let's get started on, what does empowerment even mean to you?
I think empowerment is owning like your confidence, owning like your fearlessness, and just being like the person that you are, and just really like owning it all, to be exact. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, I feel like we need to do that with each other as women, like empower each other. We're in a time where like they're quick to like pin us against each other. Oh, because she's the one, we're always fighting over something. And it's funny because with men, you see them come together a little more. But I feel like it's important that us women, we need to teach that to each other and embrace that.
Yeah,
that's so true.
So many women are like in competition with each other, or like they just want to like put you down. Like women are burning bridges versus like building them. Right. And I feel like that's a major problem. So yeah.
I agree 100%. I mean, who said that? You know, I always like this quote that says, you don't see flowers competing with each other. Like a rose will still grow next to a sunflower. I don't know if scientifically that works, but you know, it's the same type of concept. Like who says you can't bloom just because another woman is blooming at the same time? You know, so I like the empower each other. Like power is the main word that stands out in that, you know, and I think that's what we need to add to each other. Give that power back. If you see a queen with her crown falling down, like you got to pick it up for her, right? Sometimes we can't do that on our own. So we need each other. I'm sorry. We already got society telling us we can't do this. We can't be a certain way. It's not helpful if we're doing that to ourselves.
Exactly. I completely agree.
I think it's very powerful for us three to be on this platform together, collabing and stuff. There's so much beauty in that, and I think we need to see more of that. So you were telling me that you have a campaign coming up for your brand. Please go into detail. We love to hear about it. Shout it out, everything.
Yeah, so I'm launching a natural beauty campaign for House of Mara. And we shoot on the 22nd of March. But anyways, this campaign is just based around women empowerment, loving the skin that you're in, embracing your natural beauty, because I feel like with society and the media, like they want us to look a certain type of way. Our teeth have to be a certain type of way, flat stomach, you know, big butt, like hips, like everything just has to be so perfect. So this campaign is about like just embracing you, you know, and we're doing TV commercials, we're doing bus benches, billboards, all different types of advertisement, press releases, some other little stuff I can't really name right now, but we going hard, and I got about, I think, 30 different women right now to join, so it's a really, really big campaign with a lot of meaning behind it, and I'm nervous as heck, but I'm excited as ever to just empower everybody and just to see like all the different type of women from different ethnicity groups and stuff just come together. I think it's dope. I think it's dope.
Yeah.
Oh my, that is very inspiring, especially with the pandemic, like, you know, coming to like somewhat an end. I'll say that, like, you know, we're seeing like the end of the tunnel. So like to start it off like that with women coming together and, you know, pushing each other. Can you shout out? I want you to shout your stuff out in between all through the episodes. Can you shout out your information?
Oh yeah,
for
you
ones
can,
listening
yeah,
in.
Yeah. You can check us out on Instagram at House of Mara, and then my website is www.houseofmara.com, and then you can follow me personally at Tamara is Amazing on Instagram.
Hope y'all wrote that down, because I'm tapping in for real.
For real. Y'all have no idea how much power there is in this room right now.
Man.
Yeah, so let's get into the episode a little deeper. So we're gonna talk about, you know, women making moves. Women making moves. I love this. Like I said, we're in a new time right now. Women are, I don't know, we on top. You're seeing more women podcasts. You're seeing more women on brands.
Yeah.
What's your insight on that so far? Like, how do you feel right now, like being a woman that's making moves?
I am loving it, because I feel like we are just switching it up. We are changing the way society feels about women. Like we're gaining more power. Like not like that, but you see a lot of like men reaching out to us now. Like, you know, I want to work with you. Can I like do this with you? Like versus, you know, the other way around. So I'm all for it. Like, girl, what? You better be a boss. You better own it. Start your business. Like whatever you want to do. Like I'm with it.
I love it. Ooh, that's awesome. And we have Lynn shouting you out. Yes, Tamara, you're a powerful queen in the chat.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, I love the love that's in the chat room as well. Y'all feel free. Drop all your comments. You have questions for her? Drop them in there too. She would love to answer. Call in.
Right.
Shoot, the phone is sitting right here. Yes.
And I think you bring up a really good point in saying that, men are now reaching out to us, like trying to work with us, in different ways or whatever. I think too, I've seen, at least for like International Women's Day, I think one thing that made me happy was seeing how much appreciation there was for women, whether it was just for the clout or whatever. It was just good to see that all over. Like, I felt the love on that day. I had a few people reach out, like saying, oh, happy to be a woman, that type of thing. It was pretty cool. And then even at work, like, the male coworkers, they kind of stepped up in like helping the women at the job. And, you don't really see that. They're just kind of like, oh, I'll let her do her thing and whatever, which is nice, let me be independent. But at the same time, if you can help, you might as well, it's really good. I think that's my favorite part too, where it's not like men feel excluded out of this whole thing. It's more so like, how can I help? Or, how can I use the power that I've already had to empower women even more too?
Exactly. Yep. I love it.
Oh, I love seeing men speak up for women. Right. There was a time, like there's a lot of macho men going on.
I'm telling you.
I'm like, shoot, men, just like y'all need us, we need y'all too, shoot, in a way. Like, like, let's all help each other. There's nothing wrong with us dominating. Sometimes y'all dominating. There's nothing wrong. I don't think there's nothing wrong with that.
At all.
I feel like if anything, we expand, we help each other out. We're help to each other for that.
I agree.
Completely.
1,000%. Yeah. And I think part of like, when people think of women making moves, they usually think of like women in business, or like opening stuff, breaking, what is it called? The glass ceiling or something. I think it's really good to finally see a lot of women-owned businesses, and like we're striving, we're really making it through and making names for ourselves. Like that's something that wasn't possible super duper long ago.
Seriously.
And on that note, I wanted to ask you, what motivated you to start your business?
Honestly, what motivated me was like my past traumas and like struggles and stuff. Like I needed a huge outlet for like my depression, anxiety, and stuff like that. I just dealt with a lot of stuff in the past, and I really just needed something to keep me going, to keep me motivated. I used to dance. A lot of people don't know that. And like, it wasn't satisfying my soul. So once I was like, I need to find something that satisfied my soul, like how Samara was that, I'm just like, okay, I have to stay in this lane because that lane is going to lead me like to destruction. So that's it. Like, I'm just tired of I was just tired of like going through stuff and not having no type of like positive outlet in a sense. So yeah.
Oh my God. It's crazy because your story is very similar to why me and Jen started this podcast. And I just think it's amazing how women can transmute any pain and turn it into a light. Like we could take anything. You could put us through something and we still come out fighting. And look how these different brands have started from some pain, something, you know what I mean? And it's just like, you're just like a blossoming light. I love it.
Thank you.
When I first met you, your energy was beautiful. I was like, I have to come to her pop-up shop. Oh yeah, I remember she had a pop-up shop at the Slauson, and I don't know, it was something driving me to go, and I was so happy. Like, your energy was just amazing. You know what I mean? So it's beautiful to hear like how the story started. You know what I mean? And to see where it's going today. Like, you having women empowerment campaigns, bringing different women together. Like, you should really applaud yourself for that.
Thank you so much. You're about to make me cry, girl.
Girl, that's all we do. Me and Jim be crying.
I'm telling you. I'm emotional.
Really though, I mean, it's all love. Like, just seeing how far you're going, and then how this isn't the end. Like, it's just the beginning for you, and you're just determined to like not be a victim of your circumstances or wherever you came from. Like, I think that's so important. It's what you decide to do with the pain, especially as a woman. Like, there's so many different struggles that we have to overcome in life in general, and then it's like, what do we want to become out of that, right? Like the rose that grew from the concrete. I think it's awesome. Like, there should be a lot more women like this, maybe not necessarily starting a business, but at least like figuring out what they want to do aside from the pain and everything that they've been through.
And I asked some like little speak up in there. I want to say, ladies out there that want to start something, go ahead and go for your dreams. Take that pain and turn that into something. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, you never know what good you could bring to this world. No one. What's the word? All of our stories are unique. We all have something to offer, and it's like, you never know what could come from that. So I just applaud you for taking that and being here today. It's amazing.
Thank you so much.
So we want to talk about some socially constructed norms. Stuff ideas that they think women should be. Women are taught that we got to just stay at home, clean,
cook and clean.
Kids. Yeah, that's it. We can't be no boss. Oh, it's a woman. Oh, da-da-da. What's your intake on that? I want to hear from you about that.
I think that is total BS.
Tell it, girl.
I feel like whatever a man can do, a woman can do, and sometimes we can do it 10 times better. Not to toot our own horns, but Yeah, I think it's total bullshit. Like, sorry,
Tell it.
Like, I really do. So, yeah, I'm not agreeing with it at all. Like I said, I feel like women can do anything that men can do, and I feel like a lot of like men just need to like get that in their head. Like, even in like construction jobs and stuff like that, like there's a lot of women, like, you know, construction workers, even like police officers. There's a lot of women, but I know like in their field, they don't get treated like the men do, you know, like they get handled probably like with a tad bit more care versus like a man where there's just like full-fledged, like, you can do this, I know you can do this. But a woman, like, well, a woman, they hold them like very fragile, you know. So I feel like that's like BS. Like, let me like take the hardcore, like give it to me, like don't hold back with me just because I'm a woman. Like, no, like no.
I like that, and I agree with that. You know, I like how you brought up too that women in construction or even like in the police force, the particular like population that I work with, they're youth, and we work with the construction program. Like that's kind of how they figure out, you know, what they want to do for employment and stuff later on. But I have a lot of like women or female students, you know, ask me like, is this for me? You know, I've never seen a woman do this. And I'm like, the more reason for you to join, girl. Like I promise you, you know. And the women that we have had through the program, like they'll take off their nails and everything, you know, and they'll come the next day, they're ready to work. Sometimes they perform better than the men too. And it goes with what you were saying, like you don't have to treat us with like such fragility, or if that's even a word, you know. Like you don't have to act like we're made of porcelain and we're just gonna break, you know, at any little moment.
That is so true. You guys are on here speaking up today. And it's crazy too, because it's like you never know like what a woman can do in a partnership, you know. Me and Jen talk about like, for example, Michelle and Obama. Like, you know, Michelle stands on her own without Obama's name. Yes, she is Obama's wife and stuff, but it's crazy like all the things she has added to the marriage, you know, to make him the man that he is, you know. It's nothing like that teamwork of it. I like the book excuse me, Think and Grow Rich, because it talks about that. It talks about how the most successful like men in life had like a great partner behind them, like a great woman, not behind, I'm not even gonna say behind them, on the side, you know, by their side.
Yes.
You know, and I think it's importance to that, because I feel like when men let that ego down and let a woman, be her own, be 100 by herself, it's something beautiful to that, versus her just being that stay home. Like, she got to stand behind the man, she got to do all this. It's like, let the woman shine too. You never know. So much can come from that.
Yeah, you guys can build together once you let her shine, like, and be more powerful, like, you know.
Right. Yeah. I've always said I wasn't born with you, so I'm good. You know, like I don't need you to rescue me for everything and all that. Like I'm sorry. I am my whole own person and have my own abilities and skills. And you know, if you want to come along for the ride, that's cool. But remember, you're coming next to me. I'm not going behind you or nothing like that. Like I'm straight up trying to be like Michelle Obama. Like, you know my name aside from my partner's name for sure.
Exactly. Yes.
That part, like, everything about me doesn't have to be based just off the man. You know what I mean? So I think we can't be afraid to live in our own light, you know, especially as a woman.
Yes, I completely agree with that.
So, you know, another thing, like, I feel like, too, like, with, like, Disney Channel and stuff, I feel like Disney movies, they get that example of, like, the woman just waiting around for the prince. It's like her life doesn't start till that prince comes.
Yeah, like Cinderella, Snow White.
Yeah.
Like, definitely,
What did Cheetah Girl say? Sing that. What's that? I don't want to be like... No, that's where I'm at.
I don't want to be like Cinderella, sitting in the dark, cold,
dusty cellar, waiting for somebody to come and set me free.
That is written off for. I'm gonna play that song today.
Seriously, that is a song.
Yes.
They was teaching us that at a young age. Cheetah Girls was like, F that, we gonna defy them norms. Like, we debunking all that.
Right. To teach y'all at an early age. Like,
that part.
Guess what? I'm here for it.
No, it's true. But it's crazy. Like, if you really think about these Disney movies, even though they're named after the female character, the whole movie is about them trying to get the man, or trying to be the right woman for the man, or whatever that means. You know, like, I just don't understand what's the point of naming the movie after the princess if you're just going to be about the prince. Might as well name it Prince Eric.
Seriously, because it revolves around him at the end of the day.
Prince Eric. For real.
I agree.
So we have another question for you, Miss. What is a successful woman to you?
I feel like a successful woman is one who trusts her own process, who doesn't give up, one who has her own mind and doesn't like listen or like get like, what is that word? Intimidated by other people's opinions or like thoughts and like feelings and stuff like that. Yeah.
Oh, I hope y'all was taking notes out there. Yes. She gave a good breakdown. Best friend, what about you? I'm curious. I'll answer too, but I'm curious to hear yours.
A successful woman to me, I mean, kind of on a similar note, you know, she holds her own. Like, she knows who she is. She doesn't depend on nobody. And I'm not just talking about men. I'm just saying, like, in general, you know, she knows she got this. Even if sometimes you do need the help of others, like, you know, at the end of the day, you got this and you're working towards something because you want it, right? And I'm not just talking about finances, you know, whatever goals a woman has set out for herself and she's willing to go through it, you know, and just kind of figure out her way along. I think that's what makes a successful woman. Like, she just goes after it despite the odds, you know, despite what everybody's telling her in her ear and all that. And just she's her own individual. Like, you know her, you see her, and it's like, dang, I know that's a bad bee right there, you know?
Yeah, I want to be that woman. Like,
right. Yeah. I'm going to add to y'all, like, for what y'all said. Plus, I think, too, a woman who's not afraid to shatter her own, who's not afraid to grow, has a growth mindset, constantly seeing what she can learn, how could she grow, and how could she give back and influence. You know, it's nothing like inspiring and giving back to other women. You know, being a light for other women as well.
I love that. That one was really good. I love that. Yeah,
it
touched my soul. Like,
put those all together and look what we got.
Like, I love that.
Yes. See when women collab, what happens?
Yes.
3 beautiful minds together. That's right.
It's dangerous in here. It's dangerous. It's a power.
That's so true. And I think it's, you know, me and Jen, you know, talk a lot about too. I think it's important for us as women too to have our own identity outside of a relationship. Like, obviously, there's nothing wrong with a healthy relationship, but I think a part of a healthy relationship is being your own light, being able to be, you know, to be on your own, you know, despite that. So what's your take on relationships and like being a powerful woman in a relationship? What's your advice to the ladies out there? What's up?
Okay,
look, on it.
I am a 26-year-old and I've only had 2 relationships and I'm in my 2nd relationship now.
Okay.
And I would say, I would have to agree with you. Definitely, like, keep your own, like, person. You have to remain yourself. But I also feel like you have to learn how to, like, come together. And you're going to have to, like, compromise. And you have to, like, become maybe, like, equally yoked with the person that you're together with. Or else it's not going to work. So it's kind of like a give and take type of little thing when you're in a relationship. Especially when you're, like, starting a business or you have a business, you know, and your man has a business too. Like, sometimes you guys might feel like there's a little bit of competition, you know, like one's doing better than the other or, you know, whatever. But I don't know. You got to take it with the good and the bad. Like, it is hard. It is very hard. It is a challenge. But I feel like if you love that person and you really want to be with him, then I feel like as a successful woman, like, you'll make it work, you know, like, you're a boss, you know how to do stuff, you know, you'll plan accordingly, like, you know, you'll do it. So yeah.
Ooh, that's awesome.
How would you recommend finding the balance, like being in your identity and then still like nurturing on the other hand?
I think
to your partner.
It all goes with like time, like creating a schedule throughout the day. Like, okay, I'm going to knock out like these 4 things for myself within my business. And then I'm going to take some time for my man, you know, and make sure that he feels okay. Like, run him a bath, like, you know, like massage him, whatever. But it's still like you're handling your business first. And then you're making sure your man is straight at the end of the day. Like, you know, so yeah.
Hope y'all ladies was listening out there. Shoot, drop in the chat too what y'all ladies think. Shoot.
Really, how do you find that balance of still being a strong woman in a relationship, right?
Yeah.
I think, I don't know. I mean, I've struggled with finding like balance in relationships and stuff. I tend to be too like independent or too whatever, you know, etc. All this stuff. But I think what I really like that you said is that you compromise, that you find that with each other, like you still make time with each other. It's not even necessarily that you have it, it's like you make it for each other. And you know, you don't forget about you first and then you cater to your man. Like, I think that's a step that a lot of us tend to forget. I know I did, you know, at some point I got consumed by a relationship and I forgot to take care of myself, but then I came out stronger after that. But now, like, that I am, you know, intentionally single, I'm like, all right, next person I'm going to be with, like, am I going to know how to compromise, you know? So how would you say, you know, maybe saying to someone like me, how would I compromise with somebody if I want to find that balance?
I think you're kind of like me, because before I got with Gabriel, like, I was so just like independent woman. I can do everything by myself. Like, you're really gonna have to just learn how to just be a woman and let a man be a man, kind of like it. That's what I really had to learn. Like, in all honesty, it's like I can't try to be the woman and the man in the relationship. Like, I'm stressing myself out. Like, no, like, let him be the man, let him take care of the household, let him pay the bills, let him do what he has to do, and let me just focus on my business and like stuff like that, you know, like, just be the woman. That's it. gentle, like, you know, be delicate. We have to be vulnerable, because I know at first I was not vulnerable. Like, you cannot knock this wall down. Like, no. But now it's like, all right, you know. So
there's layers to this.
Yeah, it really is. So you just, it's a give and take, definitely.
Okay. I love that. Thank you. I'm definitely taking mental notes on this.
Yeah, that's beautiful, because, you know, me and Jim both Aquariuses. You know, we that sign that can sit by itself. Hey. You know, so
that's my mom.
Yo, it'd be hard, because I'm like, you know, I'm gonna get it done. So I have to learn. Sometimes I'm too cold, like, you know, where I'm too like, okay, I got this, and I'm like, let me learn how to let a man be a man too. You know,
Superwoman.
Superwoman. Oh, I gotta play that. Ooh, that little Mo. I gotta play that. She got me hype up in here.
Yes. I'm gonna use the real.
So I want to talk about too, you know, what's your intake on women being seen only for their bodies? Because, you know, I know you're in the fashion industry, so that's a big thing, you know, picking like what type of clothes to design, you know, how to make a woman still feel sexy but not feel like she's limited to just her body and like her looks. What's your intake on that?
I just focus on creating like looks and clothing that women will feel comfortable in. Like, I don't necessarily focus on what other people are going to feel about how she looks, or, you know, like her body and stuff like that. It's all about the woman. Like, is she going to like how, you know, this shirt like fits on her, or these pants fit on her? Is she going to like the stretch, you know, like if her size is like a little bit bigger, like is it going to cover the right areas for her? Like, that's what I'm focused on. Like, I'm not focused on what other people may think when they look at her, because they're not my customers. Right. She's my customer, so I'm just solely focusing on her and what's going to make her happy and make her feel good, like in the inside.
That's awesome. I love how you take into account like the different struggles that a woman might be having with her own body. Like, I think that's beautiful. I feel like, you know, you being in the fashion industry, it is so important for that, because like you said, you know, you're looking for a specific type of customer who's gonna love, you know, the clothing and stuff. And I think it's beautiful what you're doing, honestly. Like, you cater to all sizes, you know, ethnicities, like you said. Like, it's just you don't think about it, you know, you just think like, oh, clothes, you know, they're gonna fit me a certain way. But no, like, if you find someone like you know, who pays attention to their clothing and how it's going to fit each type of woman, like, you know, I think that's so important. Y'all got to support. Come on, House of Mara. Like,
www.houseofmara.com.
She be at me feeling, because I ain't gonna lie, I got this bodysuit on and I feel amazing. And, you know, I got some curves and it's nice and comfortable. Usually with bodysuits, I'm like, they don't be, you know, sometimes they're not comfortable. And the material is nice. I also have one of her jackets and it keep me warm. And I got this classy look, got her cute logo on it. Like, y'all better tap in, please. Because we on here promoting like crazy. Shoot. But I feel like, what's the word I want to use? I just want to, like, I think it's beautiful when people could see a woman deeper than just literally just the outside frame. And I think, you know, us being women in business, showcasing other parts of us, I think it's amazing, because we're showing other, like, younger generation, like, y'all can, you know, we can be smart. We can be smart, beautiful, intelligent, sexy women at the same time, you know?
Not just about your boobs and your butt, you know, the flat stomach, like, you know, screw that.
Like, it's okay to be, you know, but shoot, let's be versatile out here.
Yeah. I agree. If anything, I've always wanted to show, like, how smart I am versus like just my looks or whatever. I love, like, you know, for some people I know that based off of the way we look, sometimes they judge us thinking like, oh, she don't know nothing or whatever. And it's like, I want you to try me, bro. Like, I ain't saying I'm the smartest person in the world, but I know I hold my own, you know, so.
Like, try me.
Yeah, I think the best part is just, like, seeing people's faces like, oh, shoot, I can't play with her, you know, or, like, I can't just talk to her any type of way.
Like, she knows her shit. Like,
yes.
Yeah, because I feel like we could all be some loving, nurturing woman, but you don't fuck with us, though. That side come out, that's it. Yeah, I can't tell you how many people thought, oh, she's so nice, she ain't smart. They're dropping on them like, oh, hold on.
I done tried the wrong one.
Right.
Don't let this pretty face and these thick thighs fool you.
Please.
I'm going to send your ass back to the streets.
What's next?
Shoot, I know, for real. Shoot. Now, we out here promoting that women empowerment for Women's Month.
Hey.
Shoot. Y'all need a drop by in the chats, too. We want to hear from y'all. What does that say, Jen?
Oh, yeah. Everybody_M says, you want attention to the face, not the waist.
I love that.
Ooh.
I love that. That's right. You sure do. You really do. That was a bar.
Yeah, write that. Shoot.
Keep it coming.
Shoot that on the beat. We want to hear that.
Yeah, but very true, though.
Because it's like, I could hear you're beautiful all day, but I love when people compliment my mind, compliment my work ethic, like something else about me. It's just like, notice those other parts of me. You know what I mean? I think that's
to really
amazing.
Know me, like the inside of me versus
crack
like
the
this.
shell.
Yep.
Yes. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. this week we were talking about a poet, Rupi Kaur. I'm not sure if you ladies know of her, but basically she has a poem where she's like saying, I apologize to all the women if I've ever called you pretty or whatever, because she's saying, you know, obviously I'm not quoting word for word, but she's saying because by me saying that, I'm reducing you to just being pretty versus like, you know, being able to tell you you're so intelligent or you're resilient, you know, you're extraordinary. And she's like, so I apologize. And I like that poem because she's talking about how even as women, we subconsciously do that, right? When we call each other pretty, there's nothing wrong with complimenting each other's looks, obviously not. But it's like at the same time, we're also reducing ourselves in that moment to just being pretty versus like, dang, Tamara, like you're a boss woman, you know, like you're a hard worker, you're resilient, clearly like overcoming your struggles versus me just saying, oh, you look beautiful today, which you do, you know, but obviously like I would rather compliment you on something else other than just what you look like on the outside.
Right. Yep. I love that.
That is so great. Yeah, and it goes with the whole socially constructed norms. I feel like a lot of guys think, oh, let me just get me a pretty face, but not like a woman who's gonna really. Right. Because like you get guys that get caught up with that, right? They get a woman based on the looks, and like, I got this girl, she got a fat ass, she got this and this, right? And they get that woman, but then later when life hits, they're married, like and like the girl, they realize like the girl really can't be there for them.
Yep.
Right.
It's like the 80-20 rule.
Yes.
Like, can you bring her home to your mama? Can she cook a meal? You know, can she do any like other complex? Can she help you with your projects?
She
you know?
can't wash the clothes. She can wash the dishes. She don't know how to cook.
Study with you.
Look, nothing.
Plot
have
with
a conversation
you.
with you, like in general. I'm sorry.
Shit, and as a woman, like dating, I had to learn. No, like, you know, being in the dating world, I had to learn too, like not to hold back those benefits of like even just my mind, you know, because you know you hear him and say, okay, I'm not gonna cook for a guy if he's not my dude. That's cool, yeah. But also like certain ideas too, like I don't know. That's wifey stuff, like getting access completely to my full brain, to my positive energy, my motivation, like, you know, to an extent, of course, that's just the kind of person I am. But I had to learn, like, okay, not everyone deserves that access. So, like my full energy and being a powerful, independent woman.
It's a privilege, for sure.
Say that on there. Say that again.
Loud and
it's
clear.
a privilege to talk to women like us.
Yes.
And everybody _M put, can I be educated, ambitious, strong? Give us more credit. For real though. Like I think, yes, say that one more time.
Dropping bars on here.
Yes. No, on some realness though.
Shoot, write a poem next. We need that up in
right.
here. Shoot, I love me some poetry.
So of course we know that, you know, being a boss babe doesn't come without its struggles, right? So on our way to pursue our dreams, we also have some hardships along the way. What would you say is like a hardship you've had to overcome on your journey?
I've had many, but I feel like the hardest one was in 2019. I got shot in a drive-by shooting. And the next day, 2 days later, I literally still put on my community event. But, like, I was there in my crutches and stuff. Like, so that took a lot out of me. Like, I didn't want to keep going. Like, I wanted to stop. But, yeah, like, I was just like, girl, if this happened and you didn't die, you feel me, and you're still able to go put on your event, like, it's more to it. Like, you have to keep pushing. So, yeah.
Wow.
Definitely.
Oh, I'm sorry, girl. That is resilience at its finest.
For real.
Girl, you are amazing.
And I'm glad you're okay. And
Thank
hey,
you.
stronger than ever.
Look, I'm telling you.
And look at you here still shining, doing your thing. Shoot,
Looking
I got
like
a purpose for you.
For real.
That she inspired me today. Right now, I would have just like, go man.
No excuses, yo.
You hear that?
Ever.
I hope y'all heard that. Shoot.
If y'all thought you had a story,
we got something to comment.
Yeah, everybody _M says, "Wow, power to you, queen."
Thank you so much. Thank you.
I agree.
They feeling you in the comments today, girly.
Yes.
Shoot, yeah, hardships are gonna happen. It's like you said, the unexpected can happen.
Yep.
And that's the thing. I think we get this notion that when I get to a certain level, the problems are gonna stop. It's like
Nope.
shit is gonna continue happening. But one thing about being on that grind is that at least you're putting yourself in a better position for when things do happen. It's not if it rains, it's when it rains. So it's like about always being prepared, you know, and just having that. Because I feel like we have to be equipped for those challenges because they're gonna arise regardless. Like life, there ain't no stop to it.
That's true.
You know.
Yeah, I think one thing I kind of like about everybody having hardships along the way is that that's your story. You know, like how like that's part of your testimony of like, yo, I'm still here. I'm making this work the best that I can. And I think that was a good reminder for myself too. You know, like no excuses. Like keep going. You know, and I know your story's your own and everything. And we've had our hardships even with our podcasts and, you know, outside businesses. But I think it's just important to really remember that those hardships are going to be there. You know, like no path is ever a straight path. It's always going to be up and down. You know, you might take a detour for a few times and then have to come back and stuff. And it might not even be the original path that you were on to begin with. So I think thank you for sharing that. And I think it's, you know, I'm just happy you're here.
Yeah, no, me too. And I also just want to add that the higher you go and like the higher you elevate, the more like complicated stuff will go on, the harder challenges will become. But I feel like you just have to trust your process, and you have to like tell yourself beforehand, like get it in your head, like the higher I go, the, you know, more complicated it's going to get, the more challenges that will come my way. But if you tell yourself beforehand, if you plan for it, when they come, like, I feel like they won't hit you so hard because it's like, I expected it, you know, like I expected the unexpected. So I'm okay. Like, this is hard as hell, but I expected something just crazy to happen, you know, because I'm going higher, you know, something like that. Yeah.
Girl, that's amazing. And going off of the challenges getting more complex, I want to say too, I feel like each challenge that comes our way, you know, like you said, it's a harder challenge. It prepares us for that next level. You know, Jen always tells me God won't give you challenges that you can't overcome. So I really believe that each of those challenges come at that right time to prepare you, you know, and you just become stronger and stronger.
Yeah.
I agree. Peeling back that layer and revealing the you that you're meant to overcome or to be, right?
Yes, definitely. I agree with that.
I like that. And I think also a lot of it has to do with like just being a woman in, you know, this type of journey to begin with, like in the fashion industry, you know, in podcasting, like how we are. I think we just have to think about that too. Like, each industry presents its own struggles already as a person, but being a woman in these particular industries can have their own battles as well. Yep. So what would you say has been the most difficult part of your journey in this industry?
I would have to say, what's been my most difficult part? Well, recently, I just had somebody like reach out to me. Well, I actually reached out to someone to join the campaign, and she hit me back like real disrespectful. Like, she really got at me like so foul, and it really hurt my feelings. I promise you. Like, I had to call Gabriel, and I'm like, I was really crying because I'm like, no one has ever talked to me like that on House of Mayor. No one has ever came at me like foul, because when I reach out, like, I'm so nice, like I'm so kind. So she felt like, literally, I asked her if she wanted to be a part of the campaign. Everybody knows, like, this is a joint collaboration to bring all women together. And she was just like, oh, so you're not going to pay me like this and this and that. I'm like, it's a collaboration. It says in the message you don't have to join. If you don't want to, that's fine. You know, I take no offense to it. I understand that time is money for some people. And then I also understand that people like me are at the bottom and they're trying to build and grow together, you know? So when she just said that to me, like, I don't know. I think it just kind of took me off because I've never had anybody, like, talk to me like that. And, yeah, that was a really hard challenge for me. Yeah.
Wow, that's foul.
It was deep.
And I want to say, I know you kept it professional, and I think that's
promise you, I really did. That's why for Mayor Monday, I have posted what I posted for Mayor Monday, and I'm just like, I want you guys all to know more about House of Mayor. Like, it's a Black-owned business. I'm one woman. Like, I do everything on my own. I'm not rich. Like, you know, I get deals, like discounts and stuff, so that's how I'm able to advertise and do little shit. But like, this is me, you know, like, I'm not like big. I don't know how you guys perceive House of Mayor, but it is just me. One woman, like, that is it.
And I enjoy watching your stories on Instagram because, girl, she be like dressing them, doing the hair. She just be in her zone, and it's so beautiful to see her. You know, I haven't seen that you got your billboards posted and stuff. Girl, applaud yourself. Like, take a moment, clap it.
Thank you.
That's been my lesson lately, is learning how to praise myself, because I feel like Jen knows. Jen knows. Like,
I'm just gonna stay quiet.
I feel like as a strong woman, sometimes we're just taught, okay, we got to be strong at all the time. You know, we have to be focused, and then like when good things happen, we don't take that time to celebrate it. You know, and be like, oh, da da da. So I feel like it's just important for us to take that moment, all of us, to like applaud us and applaud what we're doing. You know, and despite what happened, you still kept it professional.
Yeah.
Now, would you say as a woman, is there any obstacles that came, like challenges that you've seen being a woman in entrepreneurship?
Well, definitely. Just dealing with, like, men and stuff, like, they don't treat you the same, or they feel like, for example, I used to sew tracksuits. Well, I still tracksuits to men and women. And to my male customers, you know, they feel like they'll get a discount if they talk to me a certain type of way, or they feel like they'll get free clothes if they do this, or, you know, like, do that. So it's always, like, you're a woman, so like you're a little bit less than, or you like you'll accept like a little bit less because that like you're a woman, or they feel like they can get over on you, or like, oh, it's $80, let me just give you 40. Like, no, bro, like I said it's $80, and like you lucky I'm not charging you tax.
Right.
Like, what do you mean? Like, what the heck? So yeah.
What?
And that even goes with like jobs when they're trying to pay women less and all that shit. And I think too it goes with you being a womanpreneur. I think it goes with the notion that women are nicer.
Yes.
Like, oh, she's so sweet. She's loving. She's going to give, knowing dang well they want to ask a man there.
Right.
Like, oh, he going to charge. I'm going to pay that. And I'm like, no, we have a price too. If we want to set a price on something, pay us that shit or whatever it is.
No, for real, because they'll pay the next person with no problem.
Exactly.
Like, no
question
problem.
a man.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, tell it, girl.
Thank you.
Y'all hyping me up. I got to go. I have to get off this episode. On this episode.
Thinking we ain't about to use our voices to speak up for ourselves.
Deep voice, I'm speaking up on here. Shoot, she on here too. She already know the way.
That part.
I'm here for it. I love this first guest.
Be lit.
And I think it goes with too women being afraid to use their voices. And I think that's one of the things when me and Jen doing Speak Up. That was like debunking all that. We came to speak up, talk our shit, give people a platform to speak to. And I think in the fashion industry, I think it's important. I love that you're doing that. That you're like, I'm here, I'm holding my ground, and I'm not gonna let nobody silence me.
Yeah.
I love how even as a woman you're debunking even the female standards, because I think if a man was trying to do this, it's still coming from the eyes of a man, but you doing this, like, it just shows a fresh new perspective, and that like these were a problem before, and now like here, take a look, like we need to debunk and really create our own beauty standards, but obviously you do so much more. Just the image of a woman I think is beautiful in general, but just like I don't know, being a womanpreneur can get pretty hard sometimes because men want to talk to you a certain way and you're like, excuse me?
Even women, though, I feel like women feel like they're in competition with us, or like they don't want to help you. Like if they see you at the, like, just example for me, like I'm starting from the bottom, so I feel like other women that are in higher positions than me, they feel like they have like a tad bit more power, and they'll treat you like a certain type of way, or they'll talk to you like a certain type of way, or like some of them like won't even want to like work with you feel me, just because like you're here. But I'll be like, boy, when the tables turn, like you just don't understand, But yeah, I definitely think women too. Like women are, oh my God, they're vicious. They are very vicious.
Yeah, I think us women, we need to stop being in competition with each other. We got to have each other back. And like what you were saying, I feel like that's socially constructed. The whole like, oh, I started my business. Like, I've been doing this. And it's like, we should all want to help each other. Like, me and Jen, this platform is going to blow up. We are going to help other people.
Tell it.
You feel me? And it's about passing that baton and bringing people up, doing some Nipsey shit. You feel me? So, what I want to say about that is that I hate how, like, with social media, everything's about, oh, how many followers she got, or she doing this. And then people base it on that if they want to fuck with you or not. And I'm like, why does it have to be that way? Like, why, there's a time they started at zero, and I get it, maybe they didn't get certain help or whatever, but I think it's something beautiful about giving and helping other people.
How do you expect to genuinely grow if you're not helping other people?
That's true.
Like, okay, let's say you made it all on your own, which is hard to believe because it does take a village for everything, right? It ain't just raising children. It takes a village to build your business and everything. So I think, like, just thinking about that aspect too, like, if I do good, good is going to come in. Oh, we got something in the chat from G, the definition. I can honestly say from a man's perspective that witnessed Tamara's growth, ambition, and hard work firsthand. She's a woman that influences men and everyone she comes in contact with. Aww.
Thank you.
Oh, I love the positivity in this chat room today.
Aww. That's
Shoot.
beautiful.
Yes, give her flowers, y'all.
Yes.
Give her flowers.
Thank you.
At the end of the day, I think women representation matters. We need to be able to rap. We need to be able to speak up. We need to be able to be present in the moment and be able to, challenge shit too. We can't be afraid to challenge things. I think we were silenced for so long that, what's the word I want to use? It's beautiful now to see is like, okay, you say a woman can't do it, I'm gonna do it, like on some Mulan shit, Like, really? I can bring it up Disney.
Wrong.
We debunking all of that today. But you're right though, because like, hey.
I know. I'm having a little moment up in here. Girl, this shit finna turn to a turn up in here. Shit in a minute.
For real.
You about to say something. Go ahead, baby.
But on some realness, though, like, that representation is so important. Like, I remember growing up when I was younger and just seeing, more white women on the screen than I would, or even thinner women. I am neither white nor thin, so I'm sorry. Like, that's not the type of representation for me. And just thinking about, too, like, me as a little girl, I didn't have, like, a role model in that sense of like somebody I could watch on the screen and be like, ooh, she looks like me, like I can follow her type of thing. I've never been big on following celebrities, but just it would have been nice to see that, so now that there are more women, of all shapes and sizes coming onto television, just media in general, and just thinking about the little girls who are now watching them too. Like, I think that's so important. They're even debunking like what, the typical superwoman looks like. Also, I know with the Little Mermaid, she's no longer white, and I thought that was really cool. Like, I'm sorry, we need more representation in that aspect, like just having more people who look like us,
I agree. Yeah. It makes it more relatable, and like we can actually feel like it's real. Like, yes, like I can be this princess, or I can be this mermaid. Like, this is me. Like,
yes, that part. Like letting us know we can do it too. Like, we have our lives, we have our struggles too. But look, she did it. I can do it too. Exactly. I think that's why I admire Michelle Obama so much, because of who she is and just what she represents as a woman in general. A woman of color, a black woman specifically, like coming up into power like that, but not even in a destructive way, like the entire time she maintained her grace. She's still fighting, for kids' education, and especially black women's education. And I just think it's beautiful, like having that type of representation coming up, but we need more.
Yeah. And I agree. I want to add on, intersectionality is very important. You know what I mean? I remember taking a feminist class, and it was talking about how, like, back in the feminist movement, like black women had to choose, because when the feminist movement happened, it was started by white women, that. And then with the civil rights movement, women weren't represented. So it's like black women were in this state where it was like, you know what I mean? Not all of us were being represented. You know what I mean? So I think it's beautiful, like all of us women of color coming together and just taking representation very serious, because it's not just being a woman, it's our race, it's like other parts of us, our sexuality, all those things play a factor, so I feel like us being aware of that makes it even more powerful.
Yeah, completely agree with you.
For sure. So speaking of like, representation and women coming up, who's a woman you look up to? It doesn't have to be famous, but it can be.
Oh, awesome. I look up to my mom, and I look up to my grandmother. They are two strong women that are very close to me, and I hold them dear to my heart. They're my inspiration. Like, they're my heroes, like, strong black women. Yes. And, definitely my mom and my grandma.
Oh, I love that.
Powerful. You're making them proud right now.
Thank you.
I don't remember them being at the everyone was so happy. Yes. I love that. We got to have inspiration.
We got to. I'm telling you.
Like, we need something to look up to. And I think that's why it's important, because, think about it. We're paving the way for the next generation. So they're watching us. I got two younger sisters. They're looking. There's other, young girls looking at us. You know what I mean? So it's like, what image are we putting out there? What are we showing women that they can be powerful, that they can use their voice as well? So I think that's amazing right there.
I think we're doing a good job at it too, just to say.
I agree. Doing it too. Yes. The beat went off right on time too. That was beautiful.
Oh, that's for sure. So what about you, best friend? Who's a role model or a woman you look up to?
I would say a role model I look up to. I would add, mom and grandma. I want to throw that in there. Yeah, I would say that. My mom, yeah. I was in mom and grandma. I feel like with my mom, I seen her go through so much and like rise from it, and I'm like, that's strength. I know she engraved that in me, And then like with my grandma and stuff, she's instilled so much knowledge, wisdom into me. You know what I mean? So those are things that have like pushed me and stuff.
Oh, yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah. What about you, best friend?
For me, for sure, my mom. I mean, I never had my grandma, unfortunately, but yeah, my mom, like, she's my rock. She's my warrior. Like, she was an immigrant, or she is an immigrant, and she came here during the midst of the Salvadorian Civil War. So, like, she had to stop her entire life and just come here and start all over, and I've seen her, like, literally be at the end of her like road, where I've almost lost her a few times due to like health issues and stuff, but like just seeing her overcome things and then still pursuing her own journey and everything, like not giving up on herself, much less her children. Like it just, I'm super proud to be her daughter, and like there's no one else I would rather walk in the shoes of than hers. So yeah, I think we got a lot of mama love here today.
Hey mamas. Hey mamas.
We love y'all.
To your mom too. That's amazing. I love that.
Thank you.
I love that.
Her mom is a powerful woman too. Like I've seen you be strong for her mom. I love it.
Don't play, huh?
No. And we gotta be like that. That's us having each other's back. Yep. You know what I mean? all that's important. You know, I'm trying to teach my sisters the same thing. Like, you know, keep pushing. You know, like that's part of the reason why I keep going. I'm like, y'all watching me, I got to be that role model. I want them to be able to say they look up to their big sister.
Yep.
You know,
like she didn't give up. Like she kept going. Like I want to be like her. Like yep.
And I feel like in those moments when you're about to give up, you think of moments like that. You're like, nope, I got to keep going.
Because if it's somebody watching me, someone depending on me, like yep.
Yeah.
I agree.
Do you have siblings?
I have siblings there on my dad's side.
Oh, how many do you have?
4 other siblings.
Oh, okay. Oh, with you. Me too.
Yeah,
me
two
too.
sisters, 2 brothers.
Me too. Oh, we lit up in here.
Hey.
I'm gonna dance to this damn song in a minute.
Okay.
I'm just, man, in a minute. Y'all gonna be excited.
Right.
So, yeah, that's good. You know, talking about little girls watching, you know, and I think it's important, you know, women supporting women and women blossoming together. You know, what's that phrase, Jen, about the flowers? The other one?
The rose and
the sunflower. Yeah. Where flowers don't look at each other. Like a rose will continue to bloom and a sunflower will continue to bloom as well. Like
right next to each other.
Yeah, one isn't concerned about, oh, that rose over there is growing, let me catch up. Or no, it's like they just individually have their own path, but they still grow and they blossom together.
Yes, I love that.
And I think it goes with what you were saying about women being in competition with each other. I'm like, you studying your own growth, staring at me, worried about what I'm doing. Or like, or if I caught myself doing that, what am I doing for myself doing that?
Letting your plate get cold.
If anything, and I always, but I like, if I admire a woman, I always take the time to admire her and just allow myself to be inspired. Okay, what can I do to learn from her or whatever? Okay, I'm gonna just use her as before I get jealous or start hating on her. I'd rather just use her as inspiration. You know, and I think it's like I think we need to transmute that energy. If you feel reason, oh, I want to be like her, what? Learn from her so you can, you know, and you can blossom. You know, in the day, we all have our own purpose. We all have, and I feel like we spend so much time trying to be in somebody else's lane. That's why it don't go right because you trying to do her purpose. That's not what God sent you here to do because you trying to do what she doing, and you only want to do it because she doing it. You know, what do you want to do? What do you want out of life?
Exactly. And I feel too like a lot of just people, not even women, but people in general, like they compare their like chapter 2 to like someone else's like chapter 20 or like 30. And it's like you have no idea what this person done went through all those chapters for them to like be here. Like you're right here. Like, you know, you're in the position that they used to be in. So you just have to be grateful and, like you said, learn from them versus like trying to find something to be envious of, you know?
I love that. Yes, so true. Why would you compare your chapter 1 to someone's chapter 82?
Exactly, yes.
Well yeah. Keep reading.
Well said.
And I'm gonna say too, like I think with friendships, I think that's why like me and Jen have had such a successful best friendship because we don't compare ourselves to each other. We're not like always. Anything we learn, we help each other grow. We push each other. And I think with any women that you're networking with, any women in your circle, that's how it should be. So we want to ask, going on this topic, what is something that you look for when you're casting a model for your campaigns, for your fashion shows?
Yes, I look for looks, but I also look for like energy. I look for vibes. I ask questions, and I want to see like the type of person that you are, because if you have a nasty attitude, or if you really don't want to be here, like if you're just here for like the money or just like to get like, you know, the like the press or whatever, you know, like get in the public, I kind of don't really want you around me, because when you come on set, like your attitude is going to be like, oh, I'm all that, I know what I'm doing, like, you know, I'm just here to do this, I want to, like, you know. So I just look for people that are genuine, people that really want to work with me, and people that have like great spirits. Like I really don't care. Like I care about looks, but I really don't care about looks. Like if you are not a genuine person, do not expect to work with me, because I'm a nice person. I'm a happy person. Like, so I want that around me, you know, like that builds me up. So anything less is just like, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. And I think that's so important too, because I'm sorry, energy speaks volumes. Like you may be the most gorgeous woman in the world, but if your energy off, next, like
For real, yeah seriously.
Yeah, them vibes are everything. Shoot, and we could feel that from a mile away. And that's great, because I feel like that's going to make your fashion shows, your photos shine through, because you're looking more than just, okay, she's cute, this and that. You know, you say you're going deeper into it. You know what I mean? And I feel like whatever model that you get, that's representing you, that's representing your brand. So I think I love that you take that very serious when you're selecting.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think a lot more people need to pay attention to that.
Yes, because it ain't just about, I got this purse, I got this famous. Because someone could be some popping ass model, but if they got a fucked up ass attitude or bad energy, I don't want. Why would you want
bring that to set, like, for sure?
Yes.
Especially if they've already like been in the public, and you know they've already like got, what's it called, on magazines or whatever. Like their whole attitude is like different. Like the girl who DM'd me, like that's why she said that. She's like, I've already been on commercials, I've already been in television, like I've already done all that. So that's why like she came at me like that. And I'm like, I understand, like, you know, you're on your high horses right now, you feeling yourself, and that's good. But yeah, definitely if they're already up there, they've done it, like, yeah, they gonna have some type of little And not all of them, not everyone. Put that out there, but yeah.
Babu.
Yeah.
I don't blame you.
For real.
I think us as women, too, it's important for us to do effective networking, you know, keeping those genuine relationships, those genuine connections. You can go so far with that because, yeah, like, you could be up here one day, something could happen, you can end up down here. Guess what? If you ain't got them genuine relationships, that's it, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like, I feel like life will humble us, you know? And I think it's just about the energy that we carry. So that's beautiful, girl.
1,000%. You know, and I think also, like, us being women, and I think women becoming so independent now is a good thing, but then it's also created that, like, you know, I don't know what the proper word is, but like that type of having to be a strong woman all the time or whatever. Like, we're not allowed to have those weaknesses, you know, and I know especially for Black women, like there's that, oh, she's a Black woman, she's strong, which you are, but like, you're human too, you know. You have your emotions also. You deserve to, you know, feel it when today's not your best day or whatever. So on that note, what do you do to make yourself feel beautiful?
To make myself feel beautiful, literally, I go in the bathroom and I say affirmations. I tell myself I'm beautiful. I tell myself I'm successful. I tell myself, like, I have all the power in the world. Like, you know, today's going to be a great day. I'm going to do great. I love my freckles. Like, you know, like, I say just little stuff like that. It's complete affirmation. Like, and it has to be, like, in the mirror. So when I'm looking, I have to be looking at myself. So I know that, like, I'm speaking directly to myself. So all of this is just going, like, back into me. You know, once that whatever I put out is just coming right back into me. So, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I hope y'all speak up, listeners, was taking notes. You know, it's a self-loving inner peace over here. She's saying the real. And also, too, I feel like, you know, growing up, being the woman that I am, me and Jim were talking about this, there's a change in identity of being a woman. I feel like when we were kids, we seen being a woman a certain way, and it's like now we are grown women.
Yep.
You know, I feel like it's empowering when you grow into that space and you're like, this is what a woman should be.
Yep.
You know, I shouldn't have to feel those negative things that I've been seeing on TV about women.
Yep.
You know, would you say you had an identity shift with being a woman growing, like, as far as like what a woman should be or who a woman is, you know?
I would, yeah, definitely. Especially when I was younger, like I said, I used to dance and stuff. So I felt like that's what a woman should be. Like, that's what we should be doing. We should be out there, you know, doing all types of crazy shit. Like, that's what I thought. But once I started, like, doing House of Mirror, it's like, no, like, a woman, you're supposed to have, like, a crown. You're supposed to hold yourself high. Like, you know, appreciate the body that you have. Like, not everybody needs to see your body. Like, you know, it's okay if, you know, certain people don't like you. That's fine. Like, you know, just be you and just love the skin that you're in. So, yeah.
Oh, I love it. What's your favorite thing about being a woman?
Honestly, I feel like everything. I feel like we have power. And especially when it comes to men, like, you not like your mouthpiece, the way you talk, like, has so much power. Like, you have to do nothing but just use your voice, and you can get anything in the world, and that's really the truth. Oof. So, yeah, your mouthpiece. Yep, you better talk, baby, talk.
Agreed. Oh,
this girl, y'all, this woman is amazing. Listen, y'all.
Yes,
keep listening. Sit there, be cute.
I love it. Awesome. Oof. Got to keep this confidence, this empowerment going. Oh, I swear. So, you know, our show deals with self-love and inner peace. These are, you know, the two values that we're always emphasizing to our listeners. What self-love and inner peace tips do you have for listeners?
Like I said, positive affirmation will be one. And I think just really, like, loving the skin that you are in and, like, loving yourself. Like, it all starts from within. So if you start telling yourself, you know, I love me. Like, I don't need nobody else to love me because I love me so much that, you know, I love me enough for the next person to love me. Ooh. So, yeah, like, I think when you get, like, so full of yourself and you just start to, like, overflow with, like, loving yourself, that's what makes you, like, powerful and stuff like that. Yeah.
I hope y'all taking notes again. I can't.
Love is the answer, y'all. Love is the answer.
Oh, I love being a woman.
I'm telling you.
Love being a strong Black woman. I'm going to throw that in there, too.
Hey. Ooh, yes,
we wrap it up
praise
here.
Him, praise him.
Praise it. Shoot. Love it. She got me out here cheesing like crazy. I'm trying to do the episode. Usually I'll be all thug on here.
Can't even form a sentence no more.
We doing it.
Yes, but you know, we want to wrap this up with a boss. You know, we some women bosses. You know, what is a message you want to give, you know, as a wrap up? What's the message you want to give to womenpreneurs out there, and what is something you want to be remembered for?
So a message I would have to give is trust your process and focus on your path. Don't, like, get so caught up in social media and the likes and stuff like that. Just keep posting, keep supporting you, because someone is watching you, whether they like the post, whether they look at your story or whatever, like they are watching you. They are watching your move from another page or something. Like someone is always watching you, and you better believe it. So keep pushing, keep believing in yourself, and just trusting your process.
Ooh, thank you. I think I needed to hear that. So I know y'all out there definitely needed to hear that. Thank you so much, honestly. Like, I could tell you have a beautiful spirit. You are so ambitious. Like, you're a true boss babe. I mean, damn.
Yes. Like, and it was an honor to have you on our platform. We're going to wrap it up here, but shout out your information. Where could they find you? Yes. Say it all, girl. Promote yourself.
Period. Okay, so once again, you guys can follow us on Instagram at House of Mara, and then you can check out our website at www.houseofmara.com, and then you can check me out on Instagram at Tamara's Amazing.
Tap in, y'all. And her stories are amazing. She motivated me. I be just hyped, like, woo! Shoot, it was an honor having you on our platform, girl. We appreciate you.
Yes.
Thank y'all for tapping in out there. You know, on another episode, you could check us out on our other. We also do pre-recorded episodes. Check us out on YouTube, Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Twitter at SpeakUpJV. We're also on Instagram at SpeakUpJV. My personal Instagram is at Vernisa. That's V as in Victor, ERNISA.
And my personal is at Jen with the flowers. It's spelled exactly how it sounds.
Yeah, so make sure y'all tap in. We appreciate you guys. Y'all have a great evening. See y'all next week, Thursday at 7 p.m.
That's right. Love y'all.
Bye. Bye.
Ooh, okay.